Kelly's iPhone Live. Ooh, okay, welcome to Rise and Inspire. We made it.
We made it.
I think if I'm still here, I said I left, but I didn't.
Okay, here we are. We are streaming. And do you want to introduce yourself first, Kel?
Yes. Okay. So you can find me on Instagram, Kelly_Patricia, or right on Facebook, lose the underscore. So just Kelly Patricia.
And I am Darcy Burke. I go by Darcy Elizabeth on Facebook and at darcyelizabeth.co on Instagram. You can also drop comments below on this and we will get back to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. And today's Tuesday. I know. So with the new year, we'll probably swap days randomly when we have to. And then we'll just make it work and we'll give you guys a heads up so you know, like I did this morning.
Exactly. Tuesdays will probably be our domain day, but life happens and it's crazy. So
that's right.
So our topic today is about making sure that you don't put yourself last on your to-do list. And the reason we decided to pick this one for this week is because a lot of times this is a time where people stop putting their New Year's resolution as a priority. And when you do constantly put yourself last, there's going to be a ripple effect and you're actually probably going to cause more damage than good.
It's so true. I was talking this morning on my Instagram. I made a post that you can't fill from an empty cup. Okay. It's not possible. How can you be your best self taking care of? I mean, if you are the only one in your home, then great. Focus, you got to make sure that you could be a working busy bee, but you still need to find that time for yourself. And then if you have other people in your household, like I was saying, you can't fill from an empty cup. So you really have to focus on, I wouldn't self-care, movement, positive things. And that way you can be feeling your best. So you can help run the household because we all know, us being women, we need to run the household and make sure we are putting ourselves, it's not selfish, right? So I'll hear that a lot, like it's selfish. They can't spend time on themselves. And then that's where I'm going to call BS and say, actually, you need to spend time on yourself in order to present yourself at your best, I feel like.
Right, for sure. And so that's the thing is that, we're both moms. So a lot of times we're always putting the kids first, if you have a man, them first, whatever it may be. And then you find that you are putting yourself last. And what happens is then you end up getting more stress. You get more irritable. I notice I get more grumpy, and it's actually going to make it worse for them. Right. So if you're not taking the time, and when we say taking the time for yourself, it can be many things. It can be personal development. It can be working out. It can be simply getting together with your girlfriends, or even
doing a puzzle.
Right.
Whatever is good for that brain.
Right.
If it's taking it off from everything that's so busy. And then if you could just focus and do something like a puzzle, for example, do it.
Right. Right. And one thing that I have really done in my life this year is I did it on an opposite effect. Instead of personally in my home, I kind of looked at it at my business. And with that, I felt like I was constantly on my phone, trying to do more one-on-one coaching. And that's draining, right? Kelly, firsthand, that can be a lot sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So I have really tried figuring out how I can still make a big impact, how I can still serve my clients, but shift it so it also is good for me too.
Oh, absolutely. Because you can't fill from an empty cup. Am I right? How can you help your clients your best, right? If you're all over the place. So that's why you find what works best for you, so you can help the people around you the best that you can.
Right. Exactly. And what do you do you know anything in your life recently that you have had to put yourself first, or you should have had put yourself first, that would have made things better?
Well, I think waiting so long to start my health and fitness journey was that thing for me. Because I mean, I've been with my other half for like 10 years now. So I feel like I waited too long to start that. I was always not really like, I mean, just wasn't doing stuff for myself to make me feel my best. Do you know what I mean? So I was constantly like doing things around the house, doing things for other people. And then I was putting myself last just because that's the way it worked out. So I feel like once I started incorporating like movement, um, and even like putting better foods in my body, I could feel my best that way. My mood was better. I had more energy to keep up with the kid. I had more energy to do things around the house. So I was feeling my best. And then people at my house was running much better. And then everyone I feel like was in a better mood. Do you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Because we definitely do control a lot of the mood within your house. And like,
Yeah.
especially me being a single mom, if I'm in a bad mood, my son Miles,
Yeah.
he's also in a bad mood. And then
Right.
everybody's in a bad mood.
Yeah, it's a ripple effect, like you said. And, they're watching that too. So, like the kiddos, my kid's a lot older than yours, but they still pick that up, you
Right.
know?
Right.
So, like you said, bad mood. And then also, I noticed my patience is better, I should say. So, I don't snap. I don't like jump right back. I can like now stop, calm, cool, and collective, and just roll with it. Do you know what I mean? So then that way, even with anyone in my house, it's better for everybody.
Right, right. And figuring out what you need is a process. Like a lot of times, like I, recommend certain things, it doesn't always fit everybody. But if you allow yourself to really dig deep and ask yourself, what do I need today to feel my best? What do I need to feel so I can show up for my family? That is such a key part of all of it, right? And like listening to podcasts or audiobooks, they're going to give you tons of examples, ways to deal with stress, but also you got to figure out what works for you.
Right. So if I took like working out and nutrition out of the thing, I would incorporate adding just like taking, even if it's 5 minutes a day, like that 5 minutes really adds up if you're constantly like go, go, go and running and your head never has time to just woosah. So I would say I would take at least 5 minutes and listen to music because I'm obsessed and it just like fuels my soul. So I would take that time, put on a song, whether it's a good ballad for me to jam out to, like I'm pretending like I'm on like one of them shows, or whether it's like a dance one to get me like hyped up and ready to rumble.
Right. So like for me, a good dance party always gets it, like always raises my energy. Or like simply for me, I'm a huge like meditator. So like if I take that 5 minutes, even if it's only 5 minutes in the morning, it almost like refocus me. And it also like you start to get ideas, you start to figure out how you're going to approach your day, all those sort of things that really helps me get through the bumps in the road too.
Absolutely. And I feel like, everything, you get more done, you have more energy, your mind's more clear, your mood is so much better. Um, you're not constantly like stressing. You can find that out or that little second of breather just to kind of refocus and then draw it back in. Like what's important. Let's always remember that and ask yourself like, okay, if I'm constantly running for everyone else, like how is that helping me perform my best?
Right. And we're not saying that you can always be number one on your list, right? Like we have a lot of responsibilities and there's times that you definitely have to put people ahead of yourself, but it's finding that balance where you're giving yourself time, you're also giving yourself to others, and you are still showing up feeling good.
Yeah. And even if you notice like, and you don't give yourself any time right now, I challenge you to, and you're saying, well, this whole daily thing is like, that's a little too much. Start weekly. If you're not giving yourself any time at all, start little and work your way up. You'll take those little seconds of breather that you do per week, and then you're going to try to add them in every day, because you're going to notice how much better you feel all the way around. And then you're going to notice everything else. Like you said, the universe has your back. So you're going to notice everything else in your world just kind of ripple effect and play out better.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Because you're right. The universe has your back. And if you make the time to, make yourself feel good, it's going to really be a ripple effect for everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm going to give some suggestions I have, and if you want to give some. And one thing that Kelly and I want to do this year is make them shorter so people can, watch the whole clips. So we're going to stick to that. But for me, as I said, I like to meditate. I love to move my body. I feel so much better when I work out. I journal. I also like to make time for like simple things like getting my nails done. I feel best when my nails are done, getting a massage, spending time with my girls, or like even sit down with your kid and actually play. Like make that something that you actually do, because then you're getting the best of both worlds, right? You're getting that bonding in, you are, they're enjoying it. And then also you get a minute to breathe, right? What about you, Cal?
So for me, I would suggest like, sometimes I just need to sit down on the couch, take out an adult coloring book or steal my kids and just like draw a little, not necessarily draw, but color, because that way I don't have to use my brain. And then that way I can just like focus on the task in front of me, which is not stressful, right? So coloring is a huge thing. Like I said before, if you're into puzzles, I don't have patience for that, but if you do it. And movement is such a key part. I feel like that helps so much once I start that in my day. And I will tell you, I hear a lot of times people are like, well, I can't waste 30 minutes on myself to get in a workout. Okay, I did not start off by doing 30 minutes. I started off by doing 4-minute dance that I saw online. So I did this 4-minute dance a day. And then I did that every day. So then my movement times, as I noticed how it helped me, it got longer.
Right.
It was just getting in that routine.
Right. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's just like very important, especially like as you start to drop off on your New Year's goals, it will really help align you to just remember, like, make sure you're making yourself a priority, make those goals a priority, because that's why you set them. And, Kelly and I are always here to like give little pointers, and we also want to hear what your goals are. I think that's always a cool thing to do too. So we will be jumping on again next week. And if you guys ever have topics or questions, please reach out. We're always here. We're open books.
Let us know. We need, all the ideas. We want to hear from you guys too, if you're the ones watching. So give us everything you got. Maybe we'll use it.
Hope everyone has a